Welcome back to another the warm-up show with the hockey coach Guru Coach Frenchy and Enortap from the Sunshine State in Florida. And we have to go all the way to the north to go straight to the Ontario to find in Toronto. Welcome back, Mr. Enortap. Welcome to the warm-up show. Happy Tuesday, November 9, 2021. Everybody's coming one by one. Mr. Enortap, welcome to the show.
Happy Tuesday, Coach, and Hockey Nation fans.
Oh, the fans of the Abs already in the house today. They all already us. I don't know what's going on over there in our top.
They're waiting for the game tonight, okay?
I know. That's what happened about that. Kelly, she said, I'm mad. I'm upset. I did not get the notification. I don't know. Kelly, it was there on the top of my computer. I don't know why you didn't get it. But before we start, we welcome everybody. Let's start with Mr. London James, number one fan of the Ottawa Senators. Welcome aboard, London James. From the Westmont, Montreal, number one fans of the Hockey Nation show, the morning, afternoon, evening, maybe the night, very late, I don't know, but he's always here. Welcome, Mr. Canadian Giant. Let's go with a double guy because they are from Finland. Mr. Velio and Yamo Verpanen. Salut. He's back afternoon. Mr. Run with Kings 20, the Los Angeles King, back in the house tonight. He was with us this morning, so it was great to see Ron. Always have great questions. I like him to go with questions. We just talk about her, and she's back in the house this tonight. Directly from Toronto, Ontario, a little bit at east, but still in Ontario. Welcome back, Kelly, number one fans of Toronto Maple Leaf. Back again for one more time. The insider of the Florida Panthers. Welcome the Bud, the Monkey, or the boy. It's out one, Mr. Bud the Monkey Boy in the house tonight.
Bud the Monkey.
Kelly said, Sportnet just show price statement on Instagram. All right, maybe we have to look about this. From Denver, Colorado, number one fans of the Colorado Avalanche. He said, don't worry, we're going to be fine. It's a long season. We don't have to just be patient. Everybody will be back. Everything will be all right. Steve G in the house. They said that he have it to both it. I did not see about this in the Instagram, Kelly. I need to look about that. Welcome back, Skubrinsky in the house. From Vegas, Golden Knight fans, the insider from the Golden Knight always bring us all the information. Welcome back, Adam, the teacher, the swimmer, the Bergie Burger. Of course, the number one fan of the Florida Panthers, Gator Rock Team T in the house tonight. Mr. Pucker Man, the Pucker guy tournament. Valeo said Finland is equal at Winland. That's pretty cool. I like that. And talking about the Finland, we're not talking about another Finland, but him is in Canada, born in Finland. Cheer for the Edmonton Oilers. The team play tonight against the Detroit Red Wings. Mr. Andy Koivula. The only thing I can tell you is Uncle Temperella Landa. And the rest, I have no clue what he said, but it's all good. Love the channel, Coach. Always glad to be here. We always love to having you back with us. Run with the King, number one, and number 20 from the Los Angeles King, number one. Talking about the Los Angeles King, we have to go all the way to Saint Leonard and the northeast of Montreal to welcome back Mr. Franco. Yeah, loco. No. Said no pizza for Dano tonight. No pizza. No pizza for Dano, Franco. Nothing yet about that one over there. Video talking right now between both of you. They just said Lambda, Pavi, Kiva. It's all good. They enjoyed each other. Video said an insider for the Florida Panthers says Sam Bennett is a game decision for tonight. So maybe it's we'll see if he can play tonight. Will be interesting. Adam Burger said the two worst power play in the league play tonight. The Vegas visit the Kraken. Well, yeah, but we can put other team also inside that one for sure. Be interesting to see that. Edmonton, Kelly bring another insider inside Hockey Nation show. Said the Edmonton is playing the backup number 3 tonight. Skinner, what? You're right, Kelly. You absolutely nailed it again, my friend. You did again. Canadians, I never see you on this game. Canadians, I never see you on the game stream. Canadians, Kelly, where do you watch the game? Old price was Rachel Delaner. Magic Lucas back in the house. The Magic. Steve said in our time with his hair all fresh, well done deal. Yeah, he go to the makeup room 15 minutes before the show start. He does all his hair, his camera, his makeup, everything. Now he's ready to go. So that's what happened. That's what he does all the time. So
15 seconds, not 15 minutes.
Andy, oh nice. How long have you been living overseas? 1974, 1996. If Josh Anderson is out very bad, whatever, I think he's the best player. Yamo. I think he's maybe the second best player. I think you have to go with Nick Suzuki, Yamo, about the best player right now for the last, at least for the 7 last game. Josh Anderson is maybe the best one after him, but I have to go with Suzuki at my point of view. Canadian, I was at home. I have all the Sportnet and the TSN channel, plus the NHL Center Ice package. Kadesh is all plugged with all its fun news around the NHL. She have all the news, everything like that. So, and she's plugged in with also the Hockey Nation show. So that's another segment of what she loves. You know, TSN, ESPN, Hockey Nation live show, something like that. So I was right, 1974. I'm telling you right now, every time you write something, I can remember everything. Just kidding. But most of the time, I can figure out a lot of things about that one there. But 5:10, not too bad. 15 minutes, 11 minutes. Before we talk to Enortap, because he's waiting to tell us a little bit what's going on, we want to invite you. Don't forget, guys, to subscribe to the Hockey Nation our show, but also to click on the like. That's the only homework we ask you, and sharing with this with your friends. Maybe we can bring another member of the 3,260 something we have until the road is to get 4,000 before the end of the season. 2021, 2022, that would be the best thing. More people we are, more people we have fun, more people we are crazy, and more fun to be all together. Talking about to be crazy, he's always here when he said, go Abs, go, whatever we're losing. He's always show up when he said, go Abs, go. Mr. Valentino Abs, the most positive guy for the Montreal Canadiens, back in the house tonight. That's it. By the way, Sport SIFP is a good place to watch hockey. That's absolutely right, Canadian John, about that one over there. But they were back then, Finland did not allow dual citizenship. That's all right. But, you know, we know well, your first time is your first segment of the Hockey Nation Live show after we welcome everybody. That's your turn. You tell us about the last 24 hours. The last time we saw you yesterday at 6 o'clock, 10. We want to know what's going on for the last 24 hours. What pay you attention? What you pay you the most? What you are more want to talk about tonight before we jump on the game of tonight?
Yeah, really, basically those two of the 3 games last night, which were kind of shockers if you think about it in a way. The Florida losing to the Rangers, which not too many people saw coming. But you know what? There was a lot of resiliency in Florida. It looked like at one point either Hornquist had a shot with a few seconds left, could have tied the game. They would have came back from a 4-0 deficit. But the Rangers responded with a very solid game, even though Florida totally outshot them in this game. um, they really have to hang their hat this victory on their goaltending because he's kept them in the game, and they were very opportunistic to get their 4 goals against Florida. And the other game that was equally surprising, I think, was the Leaf game. I thought finally they were getting their act together, and their big guns were starting to score. And all of a sudden, here you go, you lose to LA, and LA's really been an enigma this year so far. So, where are the Leafs? We don't know. We have to wait and see where this journey takes them.
Yeah, I apologize. I follow you, but I was reading about Carey Price. I don't know. Did you see the Carey Price segment?
Yeah, he sent a statement out. I haven't read it yet, but it just popped
Yeah,
on my phone.
abuse the drinking, everything like that, and mental health, everything like that. So pretty sad to hear that about that one over there. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think for me, the game yesterday, it's fun. Sometimes you have only a few games. You have a chance to watching every game, right? You have a chance to pick a little bit left. Last night, I watched a lot of the Florida Panthers, but I was watching Washington, and then the 30 minute later, I can watch the Leafs. I watched the half of the game for Toronto Maple Leaf after that. Uh, but again, I think overall it was good to see it's fun thing like that. So it's good to watching everybody. But yeah, absolutely right. Would be interesting to see tonight with 10 game in our tap, and of course
Yeah,
now really I just getting like Carey Price information about why he was, you know, black and the cup for years and go deep back and by himself and sometimes we never know, right? All the pressure you can get, everything like that, and you never know what you do, everything. So great to see the guy is still only 34 years old, have a chance to, realize what he can change, what he can become better as a human being, as a father, as a husband, and before he destroy the family, he can be there for them, everything like that. So you can be a star, you can make a lot of money, but at the end of the day, you can also be unhappy at some level, and you never know what direction. Sometime a challenge or disappointment can bring you to another bad place or bad things to do, everything like that. So a story to go a little bit more to read and to go a little bit deeper about that. A career sometimes not show all the the great things, right? Or only the winner or the outcome is not always about the trophy at the end of the day, right? It's the human being behind the win every time like that. So really interesting to read more about that one over there. We have a couple of things going on in the chat about if Doug Hamilton played tonight. For what I know, I did not see his name back. I don't know if someone knows about this. Yamo said day to day right now. That's what I think about this. I hate last 20 seconds. Kind of cat pass it around. He got only one shot. Time ran out, unfortunately. They was looking for the right shot. I think some people was in the lane, what I can understand. But I think they could shot a little bit more. They couldn't have that kind of one-timer perfectly at the right place to do that. And that would be the same thing about that. It would be interesting to see if the King learn to come on clear the zone clean tonight. Yes, the pressure for Toronto make, the speed of Toronto complicated a little bit the Kings yesterday, but they find a way to score or those opportunities they got to get that kind of goal yesterday and then make it fun, honestly, against the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I'm so right about that, um, about that one over there. Any other thing you have to remember or you can talk about or you want to talk about? Or?
it's just going back to what you were talking about before with Carey Price. You're right. I would like to read some more about that and get some more insight, of course. But I mean, he's an individual that's always maintained his cool. Part of it is his demeanor because he's very introverted, and you can tell he internalizes a lot of the pressure, a lot of the expectations that are placed on him, not only by the team, the fan base, the city. It's it can get to a point where it's a little bit overwhelming, and I'm glad that he's getting the help that he needed, um, because it will offset everything that you do in life, and this goes well beyond the game, right? The game is just a part of who he is. The human being aspect is the more important picture. and his family, of course. So we obviously send our best wishes to Kerry, speedy recovery, and hopefully he gets things straightened out.
Yep, I just read this about that one there. So I just saw that. Just read the full statement of Carey Price. We're going to show this to you in a few minutes. We're going to show to everybody about that. Coach, how did your young Price play there similar tonight? Yeah, Price was exceptional. I think, he played for Team Canada. You can see already he was like an exception at the role, like exactly like Spencer Knight. Carter Hart, it was almost the same thing over there. He was another those kind of players have another step over everybody else. And Carey Price was the one like this all the way about that one over there. Ron said, do you think Carey Price could get faster, or do you think the Ab take their time bringing him back?
Well, if they're smart, they'll wait. At this point, there's no urgency to rush him back. We know what it is this year in terms of where the Habs are at, and the fact that it's extremely, extremely unlikely that they'll even get close to a playoff spot. So, you know what? Why rush it? Take your time. Make sure that he's in the best state he can be, so that not only is he a better resolved individual, but he can give his maximum to the team.
Yep, I agree with you about that one there. What I would say to you is, no timeline. Those cases, situations like that, I think Montreal Canadiens is when, they make a lot of mistakes, but one mistake they don't do is about their mental illness for the players. They prove it with Jonathan Drouin. He did the same thing with Carey Price. And the only one knows exactly when he'll be ready to come back is Carey Price. Now, they have a program. 4 steps before he come back on the ice. I don't know if you saw that today, but Dominic Cham explained where they have to go back to the gym first back, and they have to go back one-to-one with a trainer on the ice after that. And then you have to be sure he reevaluate his new swollen, he'll be established with time. So you have 4 steps he need to do before he back on the ice and to be ready. And then, the last one is to be participate for the practice with the team, everything like that. So we are far to see Carey Price. For me, I would not be surprised a minimum at 21 days to 30 days again. Like I always said it was going to be 45 days to 60 days since the beginning. So what I believe that's what happened on my book. Okay, dinner, prayer, and coffee, mate. What did I miss? Not much. You just miss Enortap. He just blah 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 right now. He said about nothing about that one again. I think Carolina will win 4-2 tonight. That's the commenter. By the way, if it does not work, Kelly, on your iPad, one thing I would say to you, because maybe you don't have the right link, because it's sport SPORT, but only one S, not a double SRP. So it's one SRP.com. So maybe that will help you. Maybe it will work. So that's maybe the best thing about that one over there. So we was wait for you, Andy. I know you have a dinner, so we said we have to wait before we start to tell you about the score, so you can join us at the right time. So that's what's happening. But let's jump in about all the news around the league about that, and maybe shortly I can do this very quickly for you, for everybody. I got this somewhere. Did I? Did not? Why not? Why you don't have it? Yeah, there you go. It's not perfectly the great things, but that's what happened about his statement for Carey Price over the last few years. That you can read about this. I don't have to read everything, but that's what he put on the Instagram tonight. So for me, my only thing I would say to you guys is like, you never know. I always said you never know who has something. The big picture show maybe something, but at the end of the day, you never know who can have that kind of problem. So I just want to share with you about what he did on the Instagram and what he requests is privacy for his family and from the public, and also for the support from the reporter, newspaper, everything like that. So that's what happened about that one.
And
there.
Coach,
So,
it just goes to show as well, like, we look at the last 2 or 3 years, and we were always easy to dump on Price. He's not playing well, and what's happened to him? He's washed up. He doesn't play well in the regular season. Is he only a playoff goalie? And it just goes to show that there's so much that could be happening behind the scenes, and what's affecting not only an individual, but in this case, a premier star in the league. And it should give us some recourse to say, let's think before we throw comments out there that could harm an individual or even the sport in general.
By the way, I put but the money boy, not but the monkey boy. You can see at the bottom of the screen the winner yesterday. We have to congratulate Mr. Michael Rosenblatt. He's not here today, but he nailed it yesterday. Finished 3-0, 2 underdog to win, and he nailed it. So 3-0 Michael Rosenblatt. Then Bad the Monkey, but we call him Bad the Money boy tonight.
Bad the Money.
and Enortap and Whitey have a Spicky or Spinny Whitey, whatever it is. 2-1, and then Coach Valeo, Yamo, Kelly, Michael Rubenstein, Swerve, Andy, and Steve G finished with 1-2. So that's what happened yesterday about that one there. So it's my birthday. I would like to Canadian to win Charles Benadar. Oh, Charles Benadar back in the house tonight. So glad to see Charles tonight. Charlie wish if no Montreal can win tonight. I wish you the same thing for you, buddy. Hopefully you're going to get that win. Well, it will be well deserved to get that one over there. But before we have to go, it's a tradition inside our connection. Charles Benadar. Charles Benadar. Charles Benadar, happy birthday, bonne fête, mon homme. Félicitations. By the way, in our tap, we have to mention the same time because we have also Yamo Vertanen, that his birthday today. And also, it's my birthday today. So we have a triple birthday today for everybody. So thank you so much for everybody. Happy birthday, Charles Yamo. Yamo Vertanen. Turn 42, I believe, like I said. So, listen, we have a couple of news. We're going to jump in for about a couple of minutes. Carey Price is back on the ice today. Honestly, he's back on around the facility of Montreal Canadiens. Between that is around the players. You have a chance where you just talk about him for a couple of minutes. So, we don't go to go deeper about that one there. But also, Montreal Canadiens talk about this. Dominic Cham mentioned Dvorak Anderson game decision about this. Dvorak, guys, is a little bit banged up about an injury that started like a couple of days ago. Josh Anderson, nothing major. It's only he's sick. So at some point he thought about maybe it will be COVID, but it's not related to COVID. He's just sick. It's just like a flu, something like that. I wouldn't be surprised to see Dvorak tonight. To be honest with you, he was at the practice this morning, optional. But Jonathan Drouin is out of the tonight. So that's what happened about that one there. I would like to thank Enortap Singh, that's the coach. Happy birthday, Yamo et coach. Thank you so much. J'avais abonné, j'avais m'abonné. Parfait. Yeah, 42 today. Happy birthday. Pas de monkey, happy birthday. Good evening, Enortap. Happy birthday, coach. Yamo is all over. Charles, Michael Robinson back in the house. If his account right, I think your account right. I stopped to count at 42, but maybe you're going to do the same thing. We'll see happen. Johnny Golden, come on down. He's back in the house, Johnny Golden.
Welcome, Johnny.
Johnny Golden said, do you have any information, Orlando? Yes, I have some. The first game, he were rusty. So the coach, it was very nice on the public. He said he did well overall, but he didn't play a lot of game. He said the second game it was a little bit better. I think what he need before he come back, I believe he's going to play a couple of games with Montreal Canadiens. I think they will let him play more game, a couple more games with Laval before he come back with the Montreal Canadiens. But I would not be surprised if he stays Wednesday, maybe go through the weekend with Laval, and then the Montreal have a trip, quick 48 hours, Detroit, Boston this weekend. Then after that, I wouldn't be surprised if Norlander come back around with the Montreal Canadiens. But that's what I believe will happen about him at that moment. So not bad, but not great. But only that he did not play for 6 weeks, to be a part of the ice. So I think that would be around. That would be pretty good. Bob the truck, Bob the builder, Bob is back.
Welcome.
Who is the first player you think of when you think of workhorse? Alex Stock.
Alex Ovechkin.
About that one over there, I think it'll be there. But now you talk about major. I think Ovechkin will be another one over there. But I think at the point where workhorse for me is more work ethic, working before check pressure, everything like that. I think Doc is really the one about that one over there. We know what Coleman, Gord did it with Goodrow. But that's the way I would see that about that. But it's not a bad choice. Some Father's Day of all the old baby girl, everything. I think Joe Thornton is also 42. Yeah, you nailed it. When I watch him, I feel young. Absolutely right. Happy birthday, coach. Thank you so much, Johnny Golden. Bob the Bunky. Hey, we go. He's back in the house. Swell 951, number 1 from the Minnesota Wild. No lose tonight. And here you go tonight. Buono compleanno, so in Spanish, happy birthday. Je t'envoie un canali à Saint-Léonard. Merci beaucoup, mon Franco-Li, mon Franco. Merci beaucoup. Joel Erickson, A.K. I like that one also. Iman, pretty good. I like that one also. Great selection about the players. And let me finish this. I have only now 1 minute because I'm stalking all the time. Girard on trade bait. I believe the Avalanche is looking to trade Samuel Girard. I wouldn't be surprised they have an extra left side on that one there. I don't know who's one to get there. I know Montreal would be really nice. I'll be talking about this. By the way, I have a breaking news, but an breaking news. But trade bait, Montreal Canadiens just knocked the door to the New York Rangers request about the possibility to get Kravtsov from the Russia players where he is right now. And the KHL have an amazing great goal this morning. So I just want to mention to everybody about that one over there. Yamo for the Abs at Anderson. Who is the best player on your favorite team? Nick Suzuki. About that one over there. That would be answered, this one over there. Listen, Marshman, Florida, down, Washington. McKinnon, Colorado. Victor Mete, Forsberg, both of them COVID. Tavares, bank up. Ojeg, Case, and Stetcher, Bogstrom, Voracek, all there or out at some moment tonight or maybe the next couple of days. Ellebuck and Sheffley back with the Winnipeg Jet tonight. The Pittsburgh Penguins guys, the situation with they went to the court with the family Scalti or something like that. The wife and the husband. It's closed down. They have an argument. They find an agreement off court and about that. So that is over. That will maybe help Bill Guérin at some point in our tap about that situation over there. Or be upset. It will be interesting to follow with this. And finally, the dad at Cole Caulfield upset about the Utica Comets fans. So everything on that, bullying, everything on that. So that's another subject happening today. Anything else you want to add before we jump?
Yeah, actually, I was pleased that the Utica team put out a statement against any type of cyberbullying, and it's really uncalled for. You have a kid that's trying to find his game back and making those kind of comments, while sitting behind the screen is totally unwarranted. So I'm glad they took some action.
Yep, I agree with you. Welcome back, Mr. Roger Delaney in the house tonight.
Roger.
And this Forsberg does not have the COVID or is in COVID protocol because Forsberg was just a little sick at the practice, yes. But they have Ottawa have really right now a COVID situation around, so I don't know exactly, but I know what I read a little bit earlier about that one there. Johnny said, yes, the brother of Alex Doc, Luke Doc, is a really great. We'll be interested in watching him the next couple of years after he's done with the NCAA. Who would win Cole Caulfield that or said John Mom, both defender kids from internet? Would be interesting to see that. Said John Mom was the one she moved in Nashville when he was drafted there to cook for him, so you don't have to be worried about the cooking. So that's the mom did about that over there. I love Durham as well, but I know Eric is number one center. You talk about Durham, the rookie, is doing well over there, scored 3 goals so far in NHL. About that one, the Ducks, Senator, back line. About that one over there, he also Flame Bank going about that one over there. So congratulations. And now it's time to move up because everybody waiting for that part over there.
No, coach, you can't move on.
What?
You have to hit the music. It's your birthday, and we're gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to the Chief.
I will go to do it tonight at the game tonight. I'll be better. We are now 10 games to go. At the end of the day, we're going to 3 to do it. That's no problem. Busy night tonight, guys. 10 game in NHL. We have a lot to go through this. Enortap doing well for the last couple of days after a difficult week. Now, coach has struggled a bit. Overall, the last 2 days, coach struggled, honestly. But still, my goal is going to be a 600. If you hit 600 on the prediction NHL, I think it's pretty good with the parity in our tab. I think 600 is a pretty good number to get at the end of the year. So we'll see what's happening. But we are right now 1 game behind. So let's starting about the game between Los Angeles and the Montreal Canadiens. Los Angeles 6-5-1, won the last 5 games. Montreal 3-10-0. They lost 10 of the 13 games. That give you an idea. Peterson confirmed and Allen is confirmed. And that's what's happening.
Well, Montreal doesn't have to look too far to look for motivation for this game. The way they lost the last game to Vegas, number one, but more importantly, when they played the Kings the last time, and they took 38 shots on net and yet ended up losing 5-2. If they can't put it together today, I don't know when they're going to put it together, if at all. Suzuki has 11 points in his last 7 games, so he's riding a hot line. And the Kings themselves, they have a couple of players now that have really sort of sparked the offensive side of the game, and guys like Iafallo and Dano last night picked up 3 points. Kopitar, of course. It'll be a close game, but I really think that Montreal will pull this through and they'll come out on top 4-2.
4-2.
Yeah.
All right. Kings 3-1.
We're losing the coach's faith in Montreal.
If I lose, I'll be happy. So I go to reverse about everything like that. Roger said 5-3. I picked 5-3. I'm not sure which team. Ron King said Kings 5-3. And Butter Monkey said 4-3 for the Kings. Roger, I know. Then I need 5-3 for who? Montreal or the Kings? Second game of the evening, he said it's Ottawa versus Boston Bruins. Both teams struggle overall. For me, Boston struggle. Ottawa was very difficult time right now. I think they lost the last 4, win less the last 4. I put Swimmer, confirmed. Murray was completely not sure about him or Gustafsson. I know he was still hurt. I don't know it was him. Finally, London said Gustafsson is going to be the goaltender tonight, so I know Forsberg was out. So that's what happened about that game over there.
Yeah, and not only is Ottawa on a 4-game losing streak, they've dropped 7 of their past 8 games after winning, 2 of their first 3 to open up the season. So it hasn't been a smooth riding for Ottawa. Goaltending has really been the struggle for Ottawa in closing games up after they acquire a lead. Right now, they rank 3rd to last in the league with a 364 goals against average heading into tonight's game. So that definitely needs to be improved upon. Ottawa's contending, as we said earlier, with a number of COVID-19 outbreaks on the team. There were 5 players, Brown and Gambin, most recently. Boston's coming off of a 5-2 loss to the Leafs on Saturday. So you know that they'll be a little bit upset at that result. So I'm going to take the Bruins to win this game 4-2.
All right. I need a secretary. I put all the score right now. You can tell me anything you want to start up. I agree with you. Bruins 5-3, my friend. Carolina, Tampa Bay. You know what's going on with them. Anderson, Vasilevsky is confirmed.
Oh, my goodness. This is going to be a heavyweight battle here. Sort of, I look at Tampa Bay, and they're starting to get their act together, definitely. Carolina has suffered a lopsided 5-2 loss to Florida on Saturday, so they're going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. They've won 5 of their past 13 matches between the two teams, so that's something to look out for as well. The Lightning are 4-0-1 since winning 5-1 in Pittsburgh. So I look at this game, and I'm going to take Tampa Bay to win 2-1.
2-1. 4-2.
4-2.
Yep.
4?
That's the
for
question.
Who? For the Canes.
For the Cane about that one over there. Next game, Florida, New Jersey. I'm still a little bit behind. Andy Coyotes said Montreal. Andy, Montreal, 3-2. I got it. 4-2 now. Andy, all right, go ahead.
So the Florida New Jersey game, that you got the Panthers that are whose bid to match a 12-game win streak at the beginning of the year came to a halt. I think the Panthers are going to be really upset after that opportunity that they had yesterday and didn't come through. So the Devils are suffering losses left and right in terms of injuries and whatnot. I'm going to take Florida to win this game 6-1. I think they'll really respond well after yesterday's action.
All right. Run the game between Boston and Ottawa. What your final score? Run the King 20, so I can follow with you about that one over there. Kelly, your score between the Carolina Tampa Bay again. Kelly, and then London Ottawa 4-2. Thank you so much. Kelly, I tried to get it, and I don't know what you get. You said get the win. Anderson, get the win. What is final score about that one with there, Kelly? That'd be great. About that, you saw Florida for 6-1.
Yeah.
5-2. Edmonton 9-1-0. Detroit 6-5-2.
Well, Detroit began a 4-game home stand with a victory over the Vegas Knights, I believe, on Sunday, one night after winning in overtime at Buffalo. The Wings got a great goaltending performance, a 38 save performance from Greece, which was obviously great to see. They're rookies. What can you say about Lucas Raymond and Moritz Seider? They're both right now. I would put them in the top 3 candidates for Rookie of the Year. I probably would lean a little bit more towards Seider primarily because doing what he does at defense is a lot harder and more challenging. So I would give him the edge there. But you know what? The Oilers are very well rested. They haven't played since that 6-5 overtime victory where they came back from a 4-0 deficit against the Rangers on Friday. And what can you say about the Oilers when they put their mind to it? They're a machine. They're hard to stop. This year they have depth to that first line. Like up until last year, we would easily say if you could stop their top line, you have a very good chance of beating Edmonton. And that's no longer the case. They're getting the goaltending. even though Smith is hurt. Um, you have Koskinen that's picked up the slack and done very well. Their defense, I would put 5 of their defensemen in the top echelon of the league right now, the way they're playing. So I think as much as Detroit has shown some improvement, I think Edmonton should have no problem tonight. I'm going to take them to win 5-2.
6-3 Oilers. First of all, welcome back, Mr. Andrew Kieran back in the house from Barrie. Welcome back. All right. Before we go nowhere, Michael Robinson, I need you score Montreal and the Los Angeles Kings. Kelly, I need you score. You are behind from 2, Carolina and Edmonton. And then we have also Steve G. I need you score between Florida and New Jersey. And Ron the King, Edmonton. No, I got it so far. I'm good with you about that one over there. So that's all good about that. Next, move on to the next one. Between the St. Louis and Winnipeg Jets, 7-2-1-6-3-2. Ali back, Sheffley back. St. Louis going to missing Justin Falk, by the way.
Yeah, this should be another great game tonight, Coach. It's one that I personally think will go into overtime to be decided. The Jets are starting to put a little bit more offense into their game, and you're seeing some of the results lately. I know that Shifley and both Stastny were question marks, but I think Shifley is in tonight, if I'm not mistaken. The Blues are still missing Torrey Krug and Mikola. I think given what they're going through and the way they're playing, the depth that St. Louis has, these guys are showing me a different side that I thought that they were going to have a little bit of trouble, but St. Louis has really been showing a different side for me. Both teams can throw out their 4 lines and interchangeably. But I think this game, I'm going to take the road team, St. Louis, to win in overtime 3-2.
The Blues 3-2. 4-2, my friend.
Jets.
The Jets. Let me fit again without. Sorry, Winnipeg 4-3. I'm looking for Michael Robinson. The next game, Pittsburgh, Chicago, 4-3-3, 2-9-2 for Chicago. What do you think?
Well, the Hawks just earned their second win. I think they're playing a little bit better now under their new coach, their King. But it's the same thing with Chicago. If you allow them to play their game, they love the transition aspect of the game because they have the players that can adapt to that style, and that's what they're looking for. If you can clog it up on them, and that's something that Pittsburgh has done very well lately, it's going to be very difficult for Chicago to sort of come out with a W in this game. I think in this one here, it'll be a tight one, but I think Pittsburgh will win this one 4-3. It's good to see that Kapanen is starting to score now as well for Pittsburgh. So
I had no clue why I go this way, but Steve did 4-2. I said, why not to go with Steve tonight? And I said 4-2 with Chicago.
Never know.
I was done with that part of there. It was like me and him, we talk each other. I said, what are you doing? I said, let's go 4-2. So they go about that one. San Jose versus Calgary, 6-4-1, 7-1-3. We know what's going on with Calgary, also with San Jose. The goaltender are confirmed, Max Strong versus Hill, everything like that. So here we go. The only kind of goaltender I would say to you was not confirmed, the Kovic was likely, but otherwise it's all confirmed.
Right. And Coach, is there a bigger story so far this year than Calgary? I mean, I definitely didn't think that they had it in them. If I look back at my predictions, I don't know where exactly I had it, but it definitely wasn't in the top 3 of that division. But they've put all the pieces together, and it started really this summer. And Sutter had a long conversation with his team when the season ended, and it was quite disappointing for them. And he said the first thing I expect out of the players is for them to put in a lot of work this summer and come back physically fit. To their credit, they all came back and they're in great shape. They bought into Sutter's system, um, and you can see that in every game that they play. The added bonus that they got out of this is not just that defensive structure that Sutter instills, but also they're getting the scoring from the bread eater Mangiapane. Um, Monahan's starting to wake up. Boudreau's having a good year. Um, they're getting decent to good defensive play, and of course, what can you say about Markstrom? Like he's already surpassed a lot of his season highs this year alone. So I've been really impressed with Calgary. I think that they'll continue in this light, um, and they'll win this game tonight. I think easily against San Jose 5-1.
4-2, right?
5-1. 5-1. Oh, you have 14.
That's it on that one over there. So the time we're going to do this, we have 2 more game. You can mention this. I have to delete everything here so we can follow up with everything.
We'll look at, I guess the next game would be the Seattle versus Vegas. Seattle currently is 4-7-1. Vegas is at 6-6. With Vegas, we all know the story about the number of injuries and that they've incurred, but what's to their credit and their coaches is the fact that they've instilled a very hard work ethic and said, you know what, we can't be down on ourselves waiting for our stars to come back and play. They've been very conscientious defensively. They're carrying the puck a lot better. They're finishing their checks. You saw that even though they were down quickly in Montreal the other night and outshot terribly in that first period. I think it was 20-1. That they bounced back and waited for their opportunities, and they got them, and they won that game easily 5-2 afterwards, even though a couple of goals were empty netters. The Kraken, who opened their season up with a 4-3 win, have come off of a 5-4 loss in Arizona lately. It looks like they're starting to struggle, even though a couple players are starting to really come on strong, like Jordan Eberle. Even Gord has really been positive light on the team as well. But I think this will be Vegas's game. I think that they're at home, and I think they'll come out on top 4-3.
Not a problem with you, my friend. I'll get up together 4-2. Yep.
And that brings us to our last game of the evening tonight, Anaheim against
Anaheim versus Vancouver. Yeah, 6-4-3, 5-6-1. Gibson likely. Alak confirmed for Vancouver tonight. Alak is confirmed. It's done deal. By the way, Yamo and Mr. Swerve, could you give me the score again for Florida? You gave to me, and then I'm missing Michael Robinstein, the 2 last score, the Seattle versus Vegas, and Andy Koivula. I miss your last 2 shots, and that's it.
Yeah, well, the Ducks are looking to take their confidence that they built on the road, and hopefully, and hope that their recent success follows them as they travel to Vancouver tonight. The Ducks have won 4 in a row for the first time in, I think it's 2 or 3 years, they were saying. And they've outscored their opponents 15-4 in the last 4 matches. The Canucks entered this game on a high note as well. They scored 4 goals in the second period to overcome that 1-0 deficit against the Stars on Sunday, and eventually pulled away 6-3. Their offense is starting to wake up. It's still a bit of a concern because some players aren't at the level that they should be in terms of stats. But as long as the opportunities are there, the law of averages always comes out on their favor. So I think this will be a victory for the Canucks, 4-2.
Canucks 4-2. Canucks 5-3. That's what we have. So if I recall, we lost Kelly. I have all the scores as well. Yamo. I have Vallejo all done. Steve G all done. Andy all done. Ron the King. I have all your score also. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ron the King. I'm missing nothing. And then we have Michael Robinson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 for Butter Monkey. And Michael Robinson is all done also. So I have everybody, and not so we have about 7, 8 people participate. Thanks everybody to join us tonight. That's awesome. It's fun to have each one of you with us. But before we leave, we finish with the fantasy hockey. We have a couple of things what you need to set up, everything like that. And let's move on to the next one over there. We don't have tonight the hot and cold. Here we go.
Okay, so in net, I'll take Markstrom from Calgary.
Yep.
And defense, I'll take Ekblad from Florida and Tyson Berry from Edmonton. And I'm going to keep riding the dynamic duo of David and Draisaitl, and I'm going to throw in Huberdeau tonight.
All right, I little bit complete you. I go with Skinner tonight, Edmonton, and unfortunately, I did not pick my defenseman, so I'm going to be with my forward. I have Connor Barkov and also RNH, and then I have Barry as a defenseman. Honestly, it's Fox, but it's Barry. Barry is going to be my defenseman for tonight. Of course, Barry is right here, and honestly, I have Ekblad, so I'm going to change with him tonight, and I'm going to go with Pionk tonight for the Winnipeg Jets. So that's pretty much what we have about that one over there. And let's move back where we're supposed to be at the beginning of the show. Franco, we do not lose your information right now here. Franco said that Rangers looking to acquire Chariot soon. You will trade Chariot for Krasnov?
Rangers looking to acquire Chariot soon. And for who?
The Russian Gravtsov.
Oh, well, you know what? I definitely consider that. Why not? There's a lot of good reports on Gravtsov's abilities, and he's young.
The question I would say to everybody here: what is the value of Chariot at the end of the trade deadline versus right now? Do we really need Krasnov? That's the biggest question. Can you get better at in return? That would be the question about to ask Enortap.
Yeah, and the other thing is, do you want a prospect or do you want a possible draftee that may or may not necessarily work out? Right?
I like that. I really like this.
Yeah, I think I do too. I think it's definitely worth pursuing.
Franco have a breaking news. Anaheim Ducks just announced they are investigating their GM for improper conduct. Bob Murray.
Oh, wow. I wonder for what?
Vallejo said, thank you, coach, and for the great warm-up show. See you later. Thank you so much, Vallejo. I appreciate it. I'll go to the warm-up and sauna. Yamo, yeah, it's snowing in Finland. So, COVID scratched really my final season. I did not play this year. Sona is the best warm-up. Generally the best. See you, coach, in our tab by the monkey. See you later. Good skills after warm-up. I go to Sona. Miko Koivu approve. Miss Sona. Yami and Lukanen need to go Sona. Also the warm-up goal. Russian body for Romanov.
Russian.
The one thing about this, Montreal has always been close to the Russia players, by the way. They always have a run, 2-3 players around, like, start with Markov and, long time ago and everything like that. So they always have a good relationship with the players from Russia, usually. Would be interesting. It's Gravsov. I think he never have a chance with the Yak Rangers, I believe, on my book. Yeah. A little bit what's going on with Lafreniere, so... It's something to think about this. You know what I mean? Like, that open up also maybe to trade Toffoli or another winger at some point, trade the deadline over there. That open up right now because we know we don't going to get Chariot in return. The key is, do we have someone right now helping us for the next 3 years, or pick up someone next year and then wait 3 more years to come back with the team? That will be the good question about that. But it's something I'm really...
Well, it depends on what their philosophy is. Do they want to rebuild or do they want to retool? And that would help sort of go a long way making their decision towards this.
I agree with you about that one over there, for sure, about this. So that's really conclude another great show. I think everybody is excited about this. We're going to give you who will have a better night about the prediction. We'll give you all the results. Like I said, I need a secretary. I need someone to pick up on the pick the evening. But I found a way to do it. So that was great news about that. Usually, I'll be honest with you guys, I do this here. But obviously, with now the people, it cannot anymore. I increased my book a little bit bigger now. I have no choice in our tap because now we start with 1 and 2 and 3. Now we have about 7, 8. That's what it's about. That's all about. The show is about you guys to be, join us. We are not better. We're not expert. We're just sharing the love of the game, and that's what it's about, and we love it. And we maybe increase a bit more now. I'm going to thinking to increase the over under in our tap, and also the line, the money line. That's something that's coming very soon about that one over there. So it's coming soon. I'm going to give you like the prediction of someone, like a money line somewhere, and then I will bring back here and sharing with everybody. But another great show, everybody. We appreciate your participation tonight, and we always enjoy to have each one of you. We are really grateful, thankful again for Mr. Enortap. But you have the last word again before we leave. Again, Mr. Enortap, what is your expectation? What you thinking for tonight?
I'm gonna take it to a different level, Coach. I just want to compliment you. Last Friday, you made a great live call on the goal by McDavid, and I just wanted to see if I can play this one more time for everybody.
You have to move right. More in the middle. No, we outside right. More. Here you go. Sit there.
McDavid rip the puck right there. Keep the puck with him. McDavid to the puck. McDavid give the puck. McDavid. Oh my goodness! My goodness! Oh my goodness! Did you see that? Did you see that? Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Wow!
Yeah, it was something very fun to do it, and you know. You are the one. I'm always get that one, but my shoulder hurt me right now, so I go that way with there. You are the one, honestly. 400 people saw that boomer about that one there, so it was great to see that. So thank you so much. Have an amazing, great night, everybody. I look forward. But before we leave, we want to remind you one more thing.
You are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best.
I cannot do it now.
And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for everything. I look forward to you in 1 hour. Franco. Thank you, Andy, Johnny, Web at 951, Andy Koivula, Mr. Franco, Iacono, Kelly 7 o'clock coach. Yes, Kelly. See you tonight, Johnny Golden, and next 16 minutes.
We parted. You showed in your own way we would stand and we would fall united. Come on, get a grip now. Just finish what you started. Don't like the feeling that I've been.
Yes, Johnny. What's up? Go Freddie Anderson.